I see my way invitation. Very friendly man, always warm. My peers are very good sister. Somebody once described her as the most beautiful peers around. I don't know about that. Because beauty is in here, you know that. Mrs. Tike Omo, the essay, my own very good friend, Mr. Babatunde Kurojaye. All the departments, heads who are here, all the heads of agencies, all the guys in that ministry who have found time to step in this afternoon, I greet all of you. My own peers, Pastor Nari Bajai, all the directors in the ministry, and gentlemen of the press, the people who have summoned us here today to come and say what the administration of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Kumishola Sanwo-Olu and his brother, Dr. Kadi Obafemi Hamzat, have been able to do in this space. First is for me to thank the media. They've been so friendly, they've been so attentive. They've been here since almost 2 weeks now, since we started this series. This morning they were here when we hosted the list of fiscal planning and normal renewal. And right here, no break, nothing this afternoon, they are back again to listen to what the SA has to say about the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development. So for them, it's been a very busy period. But despite this high schedule, nobody in the ESCO, either an SA, HC, or nobody has complained about being misreported, underreported, quoted out of context, not being quoted at all. So I would like you to please applaud gentlemen of the class. Thank you so much. So they've been so dutiful, they've been so attentive, they've been so professional in what they have been doing. All of the things that we've been talking about in the last 2 weeks, they've been had in the four corners of the world because of the kind of diligence that these people have put into it. So, gentlemen of the press, I'm happy that this afternoon we are hosting a very important ministry. Very important in the sense that all of those things that you hear that you call me about chieftaincy titles, about oro in some places, about so many other things that seem to be very important. Everything that has to do with our everyday life. This is the ministry that deals with that. So today you have the opportunity of asking whatever questions you want to ask. The clash between modernism and traditionality. All of those things that you people usually ask me. It's an opportunity today. All the guys in the ministry are here. The PS is here, the SA is here. If you have anything, just ask them. But I will just give a piece of advice. And that piece of advice is that whatever question you are going to ask, it will be well appreciated if you can limit it to all that you have in what the SA will say. That way, the conversation will flow better. That way, the understanding will be better. That way, there will be no hot arguments, which this session is not supposed to present. And on that note, I would like to hand over the microphone to my very good brother, Dr. Agbaje, to tell us all the modest achievements of Mr. Governor and Mr. Deputy Governor in this particular sector. Thank you so much and welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for the promotion. I sincerely appreciate your effort in the mission of promotion and strategy. Well, I will take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Information and strategy, Mr. Amoto, who has been a wonderful brother to me too. He has been deserving, he has been helpful to the ministry even while in the rescue. So please let me give you a round of applause. So I will extend my acknowledgement to the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Information and Strategy, Mr. Larry Majubaye. The same thing goes to my Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Local Government, Chief Affairs and Rural Development. This is Tikelomo Bolaniwa. The special assistant to Mr. Governor on Rural Development, Mr. Babatunde Mujayi, Director of Department and Unit in the Ministry of Information and Strategy at a higher period. Head of agencies, directors of department and units of Ministry of Local Government, Chief Affairs and Rural Development that are here present. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are here to present our ministerial press briefing for the year 2026 by the Ministry of Local Government, Chief Affairs and Rural Development. Sir, it gives me immense pleasure to address stakeholders and residents of our dear state, the Center of Excellence, as the 2026 Ministerial Press Briefing, to present the stewardship account of the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development during the third year in the office of Mr. Wajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, the Governor of Lagos State. Over the course of the last 2 years, Ministerial Press Briefing, the Ministry highlighted the strategic restructuring initiated by Mr. Governor, which culminated in the re-establishment of the Office of Rural Development, alongside the appointment of a special advisor on rural development with cabinet rank. The deliberate step underscored the administration unwavering commitment to grassroots transformation and inclusive development across the state. Consequently, the ministry now operates through the following offices: Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development, and Office of the Special Advisor to the Governor on Rural Development. These offices has been entrusted with the responsibility of formulating and implementing policies, programs, and projects aimed at strengthening community enhancement, grassroots governance, and accelerating sustainable rural development across Lagos State. The various initiatives undertaken are people-oriented, development-driven, and strategically designed to improve social, economic well-being of residents while fostering inclusive growth through the state. The Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development is saddled with the responsibility of initiating, formulating, executing, monitoring, and evaluating policies relating to local government and chieftaincy affairs. Coordination of development plan for local government council, monitoring of public utilities under local government, coordination of the administration of local government in the state, while other functions are enlisted below them. Under the Office of Rural Development, the functions are formulating and evaluating policies relating to rural development, coordinations and liaising with agencies of state government and other government bodies on the implementation of rural development programs, coordinations and liaising with research institute on community development, provisions of rural water supply, rural education, rural health feeder roads, rural concrete footbridge, and rural agriculture, provisions of rural housing with local source materials, supervision of community development council and community development association, mobilization of the private sector to active participation in rural development effort of the state government, secretary to the Rural Development Council and Rural Development Implementation Committee, and any other duty has been assigned by Mr. Governor. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to start this address by saying that in the past 7 years, the administration of Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, which makes it 7 years today, is geared towards the onerous task of ensuring sustainable development through the provision of various infrastructure, inclusive traditional institutions, community development, and partnership with the third tier of government for meaningful and positive development that impact on the life of every citizen at all levels of governance in the state. This unique responsibility is one that the governor has committed his time and energy to. This is why the Lagos State government, under the administration of Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, has continued to bring governance closer to the people across the state through various programs and projects in line with the Team Plus agenda of the second term. Through the Team Plus agenda, Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development execute the responsibility using one of the Team Plus agenda pillar, advise security and governance. Within the period under review, the achievement and program of the ministry as well as projection for the coming year are as follows. Under the local government administration, as part of the effort to strengthen grassroots governance and ensure compliance with administrative guidelines for local government in Lagos State, the ministry, through the Department of Local Government Administration, sustain strategic engagement, policy coordination, and oversight functions across the 57 local government and LCDAs. Key achievements during the period under review includes regular regulatory meeting with the chairman of the 57 local council and LCDA, including the monthly joint account allocation committee meeting, JAG, to ensure prudent allocation and management of funds for grassroots development. Resolution of 48 petitions and complaints relating to the activities of local government and LCDAs in line with the security and governance pillar of the Team Plus agenda of Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu. Continuous monitoring and collation of monthly peace and security meeting report across all councils to sustain peace and communal harmony. Facilitation of approval for local government capital project above 35 million, including physical planning approval and construction waivers to enhance due process and regulatory compliance. Successful organization of the swearing-in ceremony for elected council chairman and vice chairman of the 57 local government, and the LCDA. Coordinations of onboarding retreat and orientation programs for newly elected chairman, vice chairman, and councillors to strengthen administrative capacity and service delivery. Facilitation of local government, of local and international capacity building programs for elected and appointed political office holders across the council. Issuance of 36 circular to regular activities and enhance policy compliance, accountability, and uniformity across local government and LCDA. Presentation of 338 insurance claims to beneficiaries of the deceased superb and local government staff in the state since the inception of the administration of Babajide Olúṣọlá. Grant of provisional approval to approximate 35 churches to conduct marriages in accordance with the extant law and regulations. This initiate intervention further reflects the ministry commitments to the effective local governance, institutional efficiency, public accountability, and improved service delivery at the grassroots level across Lagos State. Under the local government monitoring department, the department conducted monitoring and inspection visits to all local government and local council development area across the state to assess projects, programs, and activities implemented in compliance with established rules, procedures, and approval guidelines. As part of its oversight responsibilities, the department also carried out scheduled monitoring visits to market across the 20 local government and LCDA between 3rd October and 27th November 2025, with emphasis on market sanitation and cleanliness, sensitization on Lassa fever, and public awareness on abstract prevention. In addition, the department successfully treated 22 petitions involving individuals, corporate organizations, local government, and traditional institutions within the state, thereby contributing to effective dispute resolution and improved administrative coordination. Under the Chieftaincy Affairs Department, the administration of Babajide Olúṣọlá has continued to strengthen traditional institutions and enhance collaboration with traditional rulers as part of effort to sustain peace, communal harmony, and grassroots development across Lagos State. As part of this commitment, the state government organized a 3-day retreat for all recognized Oba in Lagos State at Sheraton Lagos Hotel. The retreat served as strategic platform for engagement with traditional rulers and has contributed significantly to peaceful coexistence, communal stability, and social economic development across communities in the state. In addition, the administrative sustained welfare support initiative for traditional rulers through distribution of yearly tithe package and provisions of bulk food supply to support their well-being and strengthen their roles in community development and conflict resolution. During the period under review, 4 overs were successfully installed across the state. The installed traditional rulers include His Royal Majesty Oba Surakat Noah Olayiwola Oba of Idimu, His Royal Majesty Oba Toyin Obashola Adelusi Tayo Oba of Amuwo Odofi, His Royal Majesty Oba Abu Muritala Olukayode Disu Oba of Ekupa, and His Royal Majesty Oba Sahib Adefarasi Azan Alajede of Ijede. Furthermore, the ministry sustained regular engagement with royal fathers through the quarterly meeting of the Lagos State Council of Obas and Chiefs. This meeting continued to serve as a platform for sensitizing traditional rulers on government policies, programs, and developmental initiatives, while also strengthening collaboration between traditional institutions and state government for effective grassroots governance and community development. Boundaries Matter Department. The Boundary Matter Department is responsible for addressing intra-state and inter-state boundary disputes among communities, local government, and LCBA with the mandate of promoting peace, coexistence, and prevent boundaries-related conflict across the state. During the period under review, the department investigated and resolved petitions relating to encroachment and community land disputes in these various areas. The Gondo community, the Gondo community in Ikorodu local government and Ijede LCDA. The Igboro Pota community Badagry, Imeke stroke Ajido community Badagry and Olonda LCDA. And finally, Etiosa local government and Iru Victoria Island LCDA. The department conducted site inspection in all affected areas and presented detailed report alongside Lagos State Administrative Map to consider local government and LCD to concern local government and LCDA for necessary action and peaceful resolution. Through this intervention and stakeholders engagement, Lagos State recorded 0 incidents of violent boundary clashes during the period under review. This reflects the effectiveness of the state government proactive conflict prevention and dispute resolution mechanisms. Under Lagos State Market Development Board, in line with the present administration team plus agenda, ministry continued its drive to promote safe, hygienic, and conducive market environment through the construction of public toilets with boreholes facilities and Type A complete water system across market and public place in Lagos State. The initiative is aimed at improving environmental sanitation, public health, and access to clean water for traders, market users, and residents across the state. Projects executed include construction of communal toilet and water system in 13 markets in Lagos Central District, 28 markets in Lagos East Senatorial District, and 32 markets in Lagos West Senatorial District. In addition, this administration also inaugurated a 21-member Lagos State Market Advisory Council to strengthen market administration, stakeholders collaboration, and sustainable market management. To support the effective operation of the council, the ministry also provided one utility bus to the market advisory council to ensure mobility, monitoring, and operational efficiency across markets in the state. This intervention underscores the state government commitment to improve market infrastructure, environmental sustainability, and grassroots economic development. Under the Technical Services Department, in the last 1 year, the ministry through the Office of Rural Development commenced the grading and construction of several roads projects across various communities in Lagos State to improve accessibility, connectivity, and social economic activities in rural areas. These areas include 5-kilometer road in Ito-Isi, Ikorodu, Adekola Estate Road, Ikola Odusi, Adimosho, Monsuru Ebeyemi Street, Al-Aja Agbage Street, Ikorodu, 1.3 kilometer, Ladejobi, Ita Aleje Street, Ikorodu, 360 meter, Al-Achijimo Drive, Baptist Street, Ijagemo, Oriade, Sunny Street, Ambo, Ifelodu, Onosa, Wide Junction, Fokumade, Onosa, Road 4 Expressway, Ibejuleki, 4.3 kilometer. Construction of 7 road network within Ikorodu. Construction of 7 network of road within Badagry, and construction of 7 network of road within Ekpe. The ministry also completed 53 water schemes across rural communities in the state. In addition, the ministry provided and installed 35 transformers and 5 standalone solar street lighting in rural communities across the state. Furthermore, since the inception of the present administration of Governor Babajide Olúṣọlá Sanwo-Olu, a total of 80 rural electrification projects have been awarded across the state, out of which 42 have been completed, and while 38 were ongoing. spread across various rural and semi-urban communities. The administration of Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu has continued to deepen infrastructural development and improve the social economic well-being of residents through the provision of transformers for electricity supply, potable water scheme, road construction and rehabilitation, as well as rural electrification projects. These strategic interventions are aimed at enhancing the living standard of the people of Lagos State by creating employment opportunities, boosting commercial activities, attracting investment and stimulating growth across multiple sectors of the economy. Indeed, the project has become veritable springboard for prosperity, driving sustainable development and uplifting the livelihood of communities across the state under the Community Development Department. In the last 12 months, the administration of Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu continued to implement community-driven projects across Lagos State, focusing on infrastructure, social amenities, healthcare, education, and grassroots development through active collaboration with community development association. As part of the effort to strengthen community engagement and participatory governance, the ministry constructed and rehabilitated communities all to serve as center for dialogue, communal decision making, and social economic development. Key achievements recorded during the period under review include construction of 3 community halls in Ikorodu, Badagry, and in the Ejuleki local government area. Rehabilitation of 1 community hall in Eredo LCDA. The ministry also sustained monthly engagement with Community Development Association through the Community Development Advisory Council, which served as a platform for grassroots mobilization, policy dissemination, and community development advocacy. In addition, 71 self-help projects executed by CDA were inspected across the 5 divisions of the state. 4 communities received vehicles in recognition of outstanding self-help projects for the 2025 Community Day celebration. 10 CDAs received cash prizes for exceptional contributions to grassroots development for the same 2025 Community Day celebration. Beneficiary communities presented with vehicles during the year 2025 Community Day celebration include the local CDA, Egbeda Egbe LCDA, Niger Estate, Ikorodu, Akiyele and Environ CDA, Ojokoro LCDA, Gudugudu Community Association in Ejuleki, and Lagoon View CDA. Furthermore, within the last 1 year, the ministry registered 279 CDA, processed 642 renewals, and resolved 11 community-related conflicts. This achievement reflects the ministry's sustained commitment to strengthen community institutions, promote peace, coexistence, and deepening grassroots participation in governance and development across Lagos State. The ministry can now boast of robust network of 5,000 active community development associations driving local development and bridging the gap between resident and government agencies. This body also helps to take ownership of public infrastructure in their various communities. This CDAs and CDCs is headed by the Lagos State Community Development Advisory Council as the apex body advising government on grassroots development. Rural Agri Department. The Rural Agri Department of the Ministry of Local Government, Citizenship Affairs and Rural Development is responsible for promoting modern agricultural goods practices across Lagos State in collaboration with agricultural personnel in the 20 local governments and 37 LCDA. The department activities are aimed at improving food production, enhancing farmers' livelihood, creating employment opportunities, and strengthening food security at the grassroots. As part of its agricultural development drive, the ministry has continued to maintain 4 integrated agricultural demonstration centers across the state. The centers are located at 1 Ìṣẹ̀rí Ìkòsí, Ìṣẹ̀rí LCDA, Ìlógbò Gẹ́rẹ́ni, Ọlọ́rundá LCDA, Badagry, Ketu Ejire, Ẹ̀pẹ́ local government, and Fish Hatchery Center, Marina, Badagry. During the period under review, the department recorded the following achievements: distribution of agricultural input, including farm tools, agrochemicals, veterinary drugs, organic fertilizers, and equipment to support farming activities. Organization of an interactive meeting with the head of agri and social service across 57 LCDE and their local governments to strengthen collaboration and improve food production. Others are enlisted below. Through this intervention, the ministry has continued to promote grassroots agricultural development, improve food security, support rural livelihood, and enhance social and economic development across Lagos State. Center for Rural Development. The Center for Rural Development, CERU, under the Office of Rural Development, continue to implement programs and projects aimed at promoting social and economic transformation, human capital development, and improved livelihood in local communities across Lagos State, in line with the Team Plus agenda of the present administration. Key achievements recorded during the period under review include human capital development program, training and empowerment of 800 participants on fish production and value addition, 56 participants on honeybee production with empowerment items including bee hive, bee clothing, gloves, and boots. 400 participants on the production of household cleaning products. 200 youth on bread and pastry production. 100 farmers on modern livestock rearing techniques, and 300 youth on branding, website development, and digital marketing. This program were organized at the 7th complex, Igodu, Ekwe, and across rural communities to promote self-reliance, reduce unemployment, and discourage rural-urban migration. Rural electrification, procurement and installation of transformers in 10 rural communities, installation of stand-alone solar power street light in 23 rural communities. This intervention improved access to electricity, enhanced security, and boosted social and economic activities to maintain beneficiaries' communities. Agriculture and infrastructure. Construction of a 24-meter by 8-meter greenhouse facilities at the center Several complex. A cassava processing cultivation plant at Igodu Imota LCDA for processing garri, starch, and other cassava products. Rehabilitation of collar pod husk based cottage mill at Igokuta Imota LCDA, including the procurement of new processing machine, support for farmers, procurement and distribution of small-scale farm tools such as brush cutter, grain planter, cutlasses, hoe, shovels, pesticide to farmers across rural communities. This intervention underscores the state government commitment to inclusive rural development, agricultural productivity, employment generation, and improved living standard for rural dwellers across the state. A projection in the days ahead as the administration continues with people-centered policies in Lagos State. Mr. Governor has approved the construction of a new building designed to accommodate traditional rulers, chairmen of the 57 council in the state, as well as members of the Lagos State Community Development Advisory Council. This is to enable them to enable them have a place where they can hold meeting to plan, discuss, and share initiatives on how to contribute to the development of Lagos State as well as engender peaceful coexistence in the state. There is also plan in place to extend the scope of grading of rural roads, support more rural communities with provision of electrification infrastructure and intervention to support provision of water in rural communities. In conclusion, I wish to use this opportunity to call on all Lagosians as well as critical stakeholders to continue to support and key into the program and activities of this administration, which are deliberately designed to improve the quality of the life of citizens and promote economically viable communities across the state. Over the past 7 years, communities across Lagos State have continued to witness remarkable transformation and sustainable development that reflects the vision of a greater Lagos. Through several strategic initiatives, impactful programs, and infrastructural projects that administration has consistently demonstrated its commitment to inclusive growth and grassroots development, as highlighted in this presentation. Our ministry is committed to deepening collaboration and synergy between the Lagos State government and local government council development area, and as it will help to translate meaningful development to all and sundry in Lagos, where no community is left behind and every citizen feels the impact of responsive and accountable governance. As a government, Mr. Governor has reiterated that the administration will not relent in its determination to ensure that accelerated development reaches every part of the state, particularly our rural communities. This unwavering dedication reflects the vision, commitment, and people-oriented leadership of our resourceful governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola, towards making Lagos a true 21st century economy and model mega city. At this junction, I also wish to sincerely appreciate Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola, and the Deputy Governor, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamza, for their steadfast commitment to ensuring that dividends of democracy are extended to every part of Lagos State, particularly through the effective implementation and grassroots penetration of the T+ agenda. Finally, we express our profound gratitude to the gentlemen of the press for your continued support and cooperation as critical stakeholders in governance and development. You have constantly brought the achievement and activities of the ministry to the attention of the public, thereby strengthening public confidence in this administration. Your contribution towards effective information dissemination and public engagement are highly valued and deeply appreciated. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Esther, for that. We appreciate you, sir. And of course, on this note, we would like to invite the members of the fourth estate of the room to ask questions. And then can do justice to that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bishop. A round of applause for the Honorable Commissioner again. I feel that was not enough. Thank you very much. So, we'll be having questions for the gentlemen of the press. Please give us your name, the media organization you represent. So we'll be taking 3 questions, please. We'll take it just 3. Thank you very much. So your name and the media organization you represent. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lydia Ajayi, and I report for African News 24 TV. Sir, what is the position of the Lagos State government on local government allocation from the Federation Account Allocation Committee. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Omanabake Lawal, and I report for Advocate Broadcasting Network Celebration. My question is, seeing that one of the mandates of the ministry is monitoring local government projects, how does the ministry monitor local government projects in Lagos State? Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Zainab and I report for the Nation newspaper. My question is, how does the ministry identify the needs of each communities in the state? Thank you.
Yes, sir. We have a person from our line of audiences is saying, what is the state government doing to ensure that all festival in Lagos must prevent women from going out for their daily bread again? Thank you, sir.
Well, gentlemen of the press, thank you very much for the question being asked. Firstly, as regards the monthly application from the federal government, I think that is true. I think that is true. Lagos State has been a demonstrating center for all other states to emulate in terms of governance and direction. So in Lagos, the federal allocations being paid to their respective account, to each and every local government account. So that one is also clear. Number two question is how do we ensure that the project are being monitored all around our so in the ministry, we have our ministry is very large. And we are very, very proactive and we have structure in the ministry. So when it comes to project monitoring, we have a department being designed by myself and the PS that monitors all the local government projects. So we are rest assured that money is being valued in the ministry. So we should ensure that value for money policies is being done. So the monitoring team goes out and we spend projects and they come back to give us feedback. So through that, we ensure that the government money is being spent in the appropriate quarters. So we have that in the ministry. We assess what the conduct to check. Myself and the players will go through it and we see. And not just see, even through their pictorial evidence. So we ensure that we have monitoring department in the ministry that goes around to do all that. So just rest assured about that. So that's that. The last question is well, you asked about how do we tend to know what operates what the demands of the community. If I get you right, is that a tough question? Yes. So no, that's the last one. Always the last one. So the way we tend to know about the demand and the needs of the people is very simple. We get all this through the various cities that we have, as I mentioned in the earlier report, that we have over 5,000 CDAs across Lagos. And most of these CDAs, they write directly to the ministry to make their intention known of what and which exact way they really want Mr. Governor to assist them, or the government to assist them. So it is through this that we now send people in the ministry out to go and assess what exactly the problem is. And after all this, we have to collect all the request letter together and attend to them according to their power of authority, power of priority. We attend to them in matters of priority, depending on how urgent and how important the problem is. So that's what we do. So that's what we do. So the last question, I think that one is meant for the Ministry of Art and Culture. But because I'm from the I'm just trying to chip in a little bit on it. You see, for every society, there are what called norms and values. And everybody, whichever whichever place I have come from, there are what called values, norms, and culture. So everybody has their culture. But I think that and big one in Korea, I don't know where it operates. If they mention to you that they go to the Doro Festival, they will have unlike house for you. The route for you to follow is not for them to affect your daily work or daily well-being. So they have routes at which they follow that to go to their respective business. So I think that's what we're trying to do.
Thank you so much, SSR. I mean, the social media platform has, because we're live, we have so many questions, so we could only pick one out of them. Thank you so much, Dr. Nuruddin Yekini Larry Agbaji. Thank you so much, sir. A round of applause, please. So it's the wrap of the session, and we'll be moving to the close of the day, where we'll be giving the vote of thanks from the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincies, Affairs and Rural Development, Mrs. Kikendomo Polariwa. We have a question.
Good afternoon, the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Information and Strategy, Mr. Edgar Motosho, and my own special advisor for Rural Development, Dr. Nuruddin Yekini Agbaji, my brother, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information and Strategy, Mr. Larry Bajulayi, Senior Special Assistant to Mr. Governor of Local Government and Rural Development, Mr. Babajide, Directors of Departments and Units in the Ministry of Information and Strategy, Heads of Agencies, Directors of Departments and Units in the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development, Gentlemen of the Press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor this afternoon to give this vote of thanks to close, as we bring this press briefing to a close. I would like to express our profound appreciation and gratitude to God Almighty for the grace to gather here today. My special appreciation goes to Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and his very professional and supportive deputy, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, for supporting us, being able to deliver our mandate. We also want to appreciate the essay. I thank you also, sir, for your very comprehensive, insightful, and inspiring presentation of the ministry's mandates and the strategic plans. I would want to especially thank the media for being there for us always. You are the fourth estate of the realm, and you are our friends. We want to thank you for your continued dedication to fair reporting, for taking time to attend, listen, and share our vision with the public. I want to also thank the organizing team, Ministry of Information and Strategy, for putting this together. I can imagine the tireless work behind the scene that you have put to ensure that this last place will project the activities of this present administration. We thank you for all the technical support, logistics, and all the team that have worked diligently to ensure the seamless execution of this press briefing. I want to wish everyone a safe journey back to your various destinations and a restful weekend ahead. Thank you very much.
And this note will come to the point where we immortalize to the photographs and cement what has happened in the report.